Good morning, Team One Star. Happy Saturday. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. It's a nice Saturday morning. I am multitasking. I do have a lot going on today as well as you guys do. My grandson has opening ceremonies. My granddaughter has softball game. Saturday is a busy day. No Scentsy events today though, and I do intend on getting to my shed while the weather is nice. So it's exactly 8:30. I hope you are joining me live. If you are joining me live, if you can send me a text message to let me know that you can hear me okay, I would appreciate it. I'm worried about the volume. I know that's been something you guys have brought up before. Also, another question was, how do we do some Q&A? And I thought maybe, I don't know how to do it live. So for me, I have to look at the video as it's streaming, so it's hard for me to answer questions. I don't have somebody rovering for me. So if you have some questions during this broadcast, or if you have questions later, if you watch it later, if you could just put it in this event. Each one of these videos has an event, so just put your questions in the event and I will try to answer them as quick as possible. So I had you guys vote earlier in the month on what you wanted to hear the most, and this is video chat number 2 about hosting parties and how to give a party. So I am going to do a live demonstration for you guys on how I host parties. Now there's lots of different ways. My way is not the best way, it's just the way that works for me, and I'll tell you my whys and why it works for me, and I'm hoping it inspires you to do as well as I do at home parties, and why they work. Now, when I first started doing home parties, they didn't work out right away. So I had to do some research and find out what was going to work best, how to get it to work better. So I encourage you guys to do the same. There's tons of YouTube videos out there of people that do demonstrations, and so you can get their ideas and see what they're doing. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I do have a special announcement to make at the end of the video, in which will be a little bit of a test for you guys if you're watching to hear about it, as my dog barricades through the door. I am in my bedroom because it's the quietest place in my house right now, and that's where my video seems to work best. So with that said, let's dive right in and talk a little bit about party hosting, doing a home party. And I'll talk a little bit about basket parties. I do have another video out there on basket parties, and so I'll try to post that link inside this event as well, so you can see my video on how to give a successful basket party. So this time I'm just going to talk about a home party and a demonstration. So you guys have talked a little bit about how do you get home parties. I will tell you, if you're just starting or if you've been doing this for 4 years like me, that the best thing you can do is start your 70 days over and over again. I will be starting my 70 days again in May, and if you don't know what that is, open up your consultant startup guide, and it talks all about your first 70 days and what you can do. So I will be doing mine in May, and I will be having Christmas in July, and that's when I relaunch my business again, and I invite everybody into my home, have a launch party, talk about all the new products. I usually have some products on hand that they can purchase, and my customers have learned to look forward to that every year. If you are just starting and you're brand new, welcome to the team, and this is going to give you a little pointer about how you would do your launch party. And I also recommend you guys practicing at home. Set up your own demo and practice at home. Okay, so let's dive right in. Hostess coaching is number 1 when you're going to do a home party. Nothing is more disappointing than going into a home party and nobody showing up. And a biggest part of not having guests arrive to your party or to your hostess's party is coaching. You really got to coach your hostesses to make sure that they're going to get the best turnout for their party. And I'm just really firm about coaching. So the way I coach my hostesses is a couple different ways. So if they booked a party at an event or at a home show, I will give them a packet right away and get them booked. If they don't, I go try to meet with them about 2 weeks before their party, and I provide them with a hostess packet. Now, my hostess packets look like this. They're pretty simple. I usually write what the warmer of the month is. I put a couple flyers of the warmer of the month in here, and I put when their party's going to start, when it is, all that great stuff on it. And I begin to coach them. So I sit down for about a couple minutes, and I can meet them at Starbucks sometimes. It doesn't matter where you meet them. And so inside this packet is some information that they're going to get started with. So here's their first bit of information. And it really just tells them how to have a successful party. I really just talk to them about it. I also include about 12 to 15 invites. And if I know when their party is in advance, I will actually fill this part out for them. But you don't have to. I do give them some hand invites because some people do like to give this to their neighbors, bring it to the workplace, post it in the workstation or at their job on their boards. So you want to include some of those. I include a couple catalogs and join brochures. Okay, so while we're sitting down and talking to them, I talk to them about creating their first list, and this is what I use, where they can get 30 guests and, you know, basically think about how they can get guests. And so, you know, family, friends, neighbors, and they're going to make a list of their guests right here. Now, some hostesses or some consultants actually mail out their invites for them. I honestly don't do that. I do also ask them if they're okay with text message because I'll send them frequent reminders. Inside it, I start to talk a little bit about a host challenge. So this host challenge I include in every one of my packets, and basically right down here, I tell them what they can earn and I'll write it in here. So whatever's in my budget, I might put a free plugin, or I might put, if I know the hostess and what they really want, I might put a buddy or something that inspires them to want to achieve some of these bingos. So for example, 2 orders before the party. So if I coach them to get some outside orders before their party and nobody shows up to their party, guess what? They probably already have a qualifying party and it's not a waste of my time. So, and it's never waste your time, and I'll talk a little bit about that as well. And I do talk fast, as you guys know, so hopefully you can catch almost all of this. If they get 2 bookings by the close of the party, then they can mark that off, and they book another party within 3 months, they can mark that off. So then they have a bingo all the way across. So, and again, this tells you a little bit about how they can complete the boxes and get free gifts. So I really love using this because this makes them work on their party before the party. And so we've already gotten some great achievements happening before the time of their show. I then talk about their party date. I always tell them to keep it simple. Do not overdo it. I don't want them buying a bunch of food, just snacks and maybe some drinks. Because if nobody does not show up to their party, then I don't want them to be out a bunch of money. I want them to get free product. I also include usually a few mini testers or maybe some scent samples within their hostess packet so that they can work on some outside orders. You don't have to put a bunch in there. I just put a few, and they can be samples. They don't have to be the mini testers. It just depends on what you have and what is within your budget. So again, you guys don't overdo it. You can do simple. You don't even have to include a fragrance if you don't want to. I seem to have more success if I include a couple for them to smell for outside orders. So that's included inside their hostess packet, and I give that to them about 2 weeks before their party. And then about every 3 days after I've met with them, I start to send them frequent reminders in a text message. Hey, I'm so excited about your party, and so on and so forth. I coach them about every 3 to 4 days, and I tell them if they haven't already invited friends, now's the time. And I keep everything loaded in a book. By the way, I keep a nice little organizer, and I try to put all the hostess information and keep track of when I contacted them. You can do it electronically. There's a lot of great apps out there. I have found writing it is the best for me. So with that said, coaching is really important. You really want to make sure that they have a good turnout, even if it's 2 to 3 guests. I will tell you an average home party for me is about 4 guests. That's an average. I've had parties up to 10 guests, but it's about 4 to 5 guests. So anyways, so hostess coaching, tell them, you know, how excited you are, get them pumped and motivated, think about all the free product they're going to earn by hosting a party and by inviting you into their home. So now, let's talk about the day of the party. So the day of the party, sometimes I'll reach out to the hostess and I'll ask her, do you need anything, some cookies? Do you want me to bring anything? And sometimes I just go buy a box of cookies and bring them over. It just depends on where it's at and how far I'm traveling to their party. I let them know that I will be arriving about 45 minutes early to set up, and they are ready for me to come in and get set up. So the reason why I do 45 minutes is because I want to give it enough time for the wax to melt inside the warmers. And I also want to have time with the hostess. So I am wearing my Scentsy shirt today. Typically for home parties, I just recently changed this up. I don't brand myself for a home party or even a basket party. I brand myself when I'm going out and about. And right after this, I'll be going to opening ceremonies. So I'm going to be nice and branded outside at a big public event. But in home parties, I don't. I try to wear kind of casual clothes. That's my preference. Some people get a little bit dressed up. The reason why I do that is because I want to mingle with the guests. and sometimes they're a little bit intimidated by the consultant that's there, and I don't want them to feel intimidated. They're really my friends, and so I'm there to mingle with them and have a good time with them. So I tend to, when I do home parties, wear just a regular outfit, some jeans and a t-shirt, and doll myself up. So I keep it pretty simple, and I love that about our home business, right, is we get to keep it simple. So let's talk about arrival and setup. When I get started here, I'm going to, once I say I'm starting, I am going to, I hope you guys can hear me. My daughter just decided to start the shower. Anyways, I'm going to, once I get started, I'm going to pretend like you guys are the guests, and I'm actually going to go through a whole demonstration of what I would do at a home party. Now, keep in mind, when you do home parties, not always are they the same. You never know what you're going to walk into. If you've never been to the hostess's home, you don't always know what their room is going to be like, or the space that you have. And then you also don't know how it's going to go with your guests. So not all two parties are the same, but I'm going to pretend like you guys are the guests, and I'm going to do a formal demonstration and how I would do a formal demonstration. So with that said, let's talk about a little bit of the setup. Now, I really hope you guys can hear me, because I do have a table set up here. This is about all I bring to a party. Boy, cameras are not very forgiving. I look crazy. Anyways, and when I say this is all I bring, I really have just a little suitcase like this. And if all your product cannot fit inside the suitcase, that's including catalogs, order forms, whatever you carry with you, then you're bringing too much. You really want to keep it simple when you go into the home. You don't need all this product with you. Just keep it simple. And your hostesses and other guests like that you have a small little pack up, right? It's a little bit of appealing. I can do this home-based business because I don't have to do very much work. It's very simple. Just a little bit of stuff to carry in. So I keep mine all inside of a suitcase, and I try to keep my package real small. I also don't like to scatter things all over the room. The only thing that I place outside the room, outside my table, is my large testers. Now, if I can't set up a table in the hostess's house, I will use their fireplace, whatever, but I try to keep everything together. I try not to spread it out. Okay, so the only thing I do put out is the spring testers. I don't usually put out all 80 fragrances. I just do the large ones, and I just do the spring, because they're going to be happy with what they've got there, and most of everything else that's inside your 80 large ones is your favorites, and you can talk about it. Now, you can bring all 80. I just don't. I keep it real simple, and I just bring the spring fragrances. So my table set up, the reason why I keep everything together is because it reminds me of what to talk about, and it kind of just keeps me on task when I do a formal demonstration. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and pretend like you guys are the guests, and I arrived to the house about 45 minutes early. Now, I will tell you, I have some favorite bars that I like to use and warm in the house with the guest or the hostess. So my favorite is blueberry cheesecake. The reason why is because one cube will permeate a whole house. It's extremely strong, and it's very sweet. The majority of your customers are going to love sweet, and if they don't love sweet, they're going to still feel the strength of it, and they're going to go, wow, this stuff is amazing, and they're going to smell it from the door when they're walking in. The other reason why I use blueberry cheesecake, and Sunkissed Citrus is another one of my favorites, is because one cube and one warmer will, go throughout the whole house. And so I usually ask my hostess, if they already have warmers at home, to go ahead and turn them all off, that I will be using one warmer. One warmer is really important because, again, you want to point out that it only takes one to make the whole house smell good. So, again, very strong, heavy note fragrance I recommend to use. And, again, blueberry cheesecake is my go-to favorite, so I've always just used that. Okay, so I arrived 45 minutes early. I've set up my demonstration. I have one cube in one of my demo warmers, and I'll show you that during the demonstration. And I have coached the hostess, so she's going to have a good turnout, and hopefully everybody shows up on time so that I can get started on time and don't spend a whole bunch of time at their house. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to pretend like the guests are throughout the house, right? And they're all mingling, and they're smelling the fragrances, and they're writing down their favorites if you provide a list. And so now I'm going to say, okay, you guys, thank you so much for coming. Can we each gather around? And if it's a living space, I'll tell them to all gather around. And I'm going to give you guys a little demonstration and talk to you a little bit about the products, and then I'll hand out some catalogs. I do not hand out the catalogs ahead of time. I do hand them out after my demonstration. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to get started like I'm doing a demo. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie, and I want to thank Ashley so much for having me here today. Thank you, Ashley. Here's a little gift to you, and thank you for having me. I hope that you like Layers lotion, because this is really good. So I want to thank all of you for being here at Ashley's party, and I'm really excited because she's going to earn a lot of free product by having me here today. So I'm going to start off a little bit, tell you guys about my story and how I got started with Scentsy. I basically love candles, and I can't have enough candles in my house. And so I found Scentsy at a fair 4 years ago, and it's forever changed my life. I no longer use candles in my home, although I do like them. But I now use this product because it is economical, it's cheap for me to use, and I love the way it smells, and there's so many choices to choose from. I've also had the opportunity to go on multiple all-expense-paid trips, and I'm so blessed by that. That's something that I've never been able to do. I'm absolutely in love with this company, and it's truly changed my life for the better. My story is much bigger than that, but I really wanted you guys to know how I got started and some of the things that I love about the product. So I'm going to dive right into what we have to offer and how Scentsy works, but I want to ask you guys a few questions. First of all, how many of you use candles? I do too. How many of you light your candles on the day you're cleaning house? You know, you get up, you clean house, you light all your candles, it's nice and fresh. That's me too. What I love about our product is that you can keep it warming 24 hours a day. It's completely fire safe, and your house smells like an amazing, expensive candle 24 hours a day. You come home from work and it smells amazing. You come home from being out and about, it smells good all the time. You don't have to wait till you clean house, and you actually feel better and you feel like your house is clean. So I wanted to point that out to you for those of you that light your candles on house clean day. How many of you have left your home and worried about whether or not you blew out your candle? Guilty. There's been times that I've bought that $40 candle and I have left it warming or burning all night long, and so upset that I just wasted that whole candle while I was sleeping because I forgot to blow it out before I went to bed. Because many candles you have to burn for up to 2 to 3 hours before you can blow it out, right? Otherwise you lose the wick. Exactly. How many of you know about that black soot that's in there? I even have wall marks from my candles. So many of you guys have already experienced candle warming, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the safety of ours. Ours are 100% safe. You can leave them 24 hours a day. You can leave town, which I do all the time with my warmers going. I don't have to worry about blowing out a candle. I don't have to call my neighbor to go check and make sure that all the candles are blown out if I've already left town. Those are the kinds of things that I love about the safety of our product. Also, for the price of one expensive candle, you can have multiple for a fraction of that cost. So for me, it was economical, and I loved it. So let's talk about our signature line. How many of you here have already heard of Scentsy or already know about Scentsy? Now I'm going to pretend like a lot of people raise their hands. Everybody's already heard about Scentsy. Well, then good. If you've already heard about Scentsy, then I don't need to tell you how wonderful the product is. You already know. But I definitely want to share some of our signature tips and tricks to changing your fragrances, and then also point out our new catalog and our new warmers. We have some amazing new products that have come out since Scentsy first came out 10 years ago. So let me go ahead and just start off with our large warmers. These are our large size warmers. They are also considered our premium line. As you can see here, I have our breast cancer awareness warmer. We do a lot of charitable causes, which makes me really proud to be working for a company that does so many amazing things and donates so much money. This is also one of our warmers, and this one, I love it. I kept it off, but I wanted you guys to see it glow. So they're really pretty off and really pretty on. All of our warmers have a light bulb inside, with the exception of a few new ones that we have. This is what we call our new element warmers, which are also considered deluxe warmer. Our element warmers are actually just a little warming plate inside. See that? And they warm at the correct temperature. What makes our fragrance so amazing is that when you place one little cube, and I'll show you the wax here in just a moment, it will warm at a really cool temperature. Notice I'm holding this liquefied wax right here at a cool temperature, so you don't have to worry about any burns, which is really nice. Now, it does still make the same amount of mess that wax would make, but you don't have to worry about burning. And I tell the kids it's super hot because they'll make those great wax fingers, so that's just because I don't want them to put their fingers in it. So what I love about it is that it will liquefy right on top, and this is 1 cube inside here. And you guys can always smell that. You can see how that is. Go ahead and smell it. There you go. And notice I'm holding it. Again, it is warm, but it's not too hot to the touch. Once it's liquefied, 1 cube, if you leave it 24 hours a day and never turn it off, will last 3 to 5 days. I say 3 to 5 days because some fragrances have a heavier note. What you're smelling today is blueberry cheesecake. This is what our wax looks like. We come with 8 different cubes inside of 1 bar. This is a bar of wax. Our waxes are $5 a piece. And again, remember I said 1 cube lasts anywhere from 3 to 5 days if you leave it 24 hours a day. If you turn it off and on, you're going to get obviously a burst of fragrance every time. It's going to last a little bit longer. I never turn mine off, so essentially about 2 bars a month is what I go through. And my house smells wonderful all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this around so you guys can see our wax. This is Pink Haze. We do have over 80 different fragrances in which you guys got to smell already. We also have what we call a nightlight, which I just showed you guys, the Element Warmer. The nightlight is really a great addition for the small space under a kitchen cabinet. Remember, there's no fire, no flame, no soot with this, so you can place it under a really tight space and never have to worry about anything catching on fire. Really good for a kitchen nightlight, so if you want to turn off all your lights at night, but you want to have a little bit of a glow. And this one also is on a light bulb, just like that. And some of the newer homes really have what we call side plugs. So it is adjustable for a house that might be a little bit uneven, or older home, so that you can make sure that your wax liquefies at an even level. And also for those houses that are now being built that have sideway plugs, you can adjust it as well. So these are a really great alternative. If you don't already have a Scentsy system, I always recommend to get started with this. It's a really good start. And this can have about 2 cubes in it. So many of you guys have already heard about Scentsy, so I'm going to tell you a little bit how to change the wax. The wax is really simple to change. One of my favorite things, because I never turn mine off, it's always liquefied. So after about 3 to 5 days, the liquid would still be in there, but there will be no more fragrance. So I will just take this dish and simply dump it into the garbage and then wipe it clean. For the plugins, you can't quite do that because it doesn't have a dish. So, or excuse me, nightlights. It doesn't have a dish. So I like to take a ball of toilet paper and I set it in there when I'm cleaning house, like liquefied, and then I come back and it's absorbed into here, and then I just throw it away and drop it in another cube. Now, some people use a cotton ball, and some people will actually turn it off, let it cool, and the wax will harden in there. And once it's hardened, turn it back on for about 1 to 2 minutes, and you can pop it right out, and then again, wipe it clean. So those are your night lights, and then these are also your dishes. The other great thing I love to do is change my fragrances with my mood. I do keep about 6 different fragrances available to myself all the time. I'm a little bit of a hoarder. And so I love the fact that because it's such a cool temperature, if I put this blueberry cheesecake in and I'm just not feeling it, maybe it's a little bit cool outside and it's a little wintry outside and I just maybe want a little soother smell or maybe a cleaner smell, I can actually just change the fragrance by simply just pouring it right back into the container. Try to get all the drips off. See that? All clean, and place it right back there. And I'm just going to let this sit level for probably about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's going to cool, and I'm going to reuse it at a later time, and I'm going to drop in a new fragrance that I prefer. So, or at least for my mood. So that's one of my favorite things about it, is I can change it with my mood. I don't have to always have the same fragrance. It's very simple and easy to change. So this is our signature line. This is what Scentsy started with 10 years ago, by these little cubes and wax. Now remember, we're fire safe. Nothing is burning into the air. We truly just warm, and the fragrance releases at a cool temperature. That's what allows this temperature to last as long as it does. We also have other products like travel tins. These are our travel tins, and our travel tins are perfect for your gym bag, for your car, for your kid's locker, anything that could use a little burst of fragrance. They do slide open and close and release a small amount of fragrance outside of them. And these are $5, great for a closet space as well, or a drawer. I use them in my office because we can't warm fragrances in our office, so I put it in my desk drawer and I release it fragrance as I want. We also have what we call scent packs. Here's one of our scent packs, and these go in a little Snuggle Buddies, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But the scent packs are also perfect for a car or a drawer or anywhere that you just want to have a burst of fragrance at. Love the scent packs. One of my favorites, and they tend to last a lot longer. They last about 3 months once they're open outside the package. At least that's my experience. This is our car circles. This is probably one of my favorite products. The reason why I love this is because of the price. It's really inexpensive, and I feel like I can get the same amount of fragrance outside of these as I can with the travel tins or the sachets, okay? So, or the scent packs. So I love these for the car, also for the closet, gym bag, anything that you can think of that it can hang freely at is one of my favorites. We also have room sprays. Our room sprays last a long time. Now, I'll be honest, I've been doing this 4 years, and I have just a little bit left in my original room spray that I got with my kit when I first started. It lasts so long. This will take 1 to 2 pumps in the air and last anywhere from 3 to 5 hours in a room. So this is used for when you have company coming real quick and you haven't put in a fresh scent. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this smells like. So I'm going to do 2 pumps. Please don't walk into it. 1, 2. Now it is an oil base, so if you have hardwood floors, it is a little bit slick, so do not point it down to the ground. Just shoot it up into the air. Can you smell it already? I can already smell it. This is Honeymoon Hideaway. 1 to 2 pumps, again, will last anywhere from 3 to 5 hours inside a large room. And again, really perfect for refreshing. I also love to refreshen my scent circles. So when this is no longer smelling good in my car, I will take it off the rear view mirror, take it outside the car, spray it, soak it with about 2 to 3 pumps, and I'll hang it back up and reuse it. It is perfect for that refills, okay? So the room sprays are an awesome alternative to adding a little fragrance to a small space and really quickly, and also for a bedroom. Now, since you guys have already, most of you have already heard of Scentsy, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite new products. This is what we call our layers line. As you can see, Ashley got a free body lotion from me, and congratulations, I hope you like that fragrance. We do have multiple fragrances to choose from in the body lotions and hand soaps. So here's our little pump hand soaps, great for at your bathroom sink, smell wonderful. Again, all different fragrances. We also have body butter, which is one of my favorites. I live in a very dry climate, and so the body lotion seems to be a little bit too watery. It just absorbs quickly. So the body butter seems to really, I put it on and I'm good all day. So go ahead and try this. Here's a little sample for you. Sample. Good. And go ahead and rub it on your hands, and you'll feel that the body butter is a little bit thicker, a little bit more greasier. But again, we live in such a dry climate that to me, it's my favorite. That and the hand lotion. The hand lotion also has a little bit more density to it, so it seems to absorb and last a little bit longer than the body lotion. We have body sprays, and my new favoriteest is our washer whips. So the washer whips are absolutely amazing. Not only can you use our laundry detergent, which is highly concentrated, so you take 1 pump, 1 to 2 pumps depending on the size of your load, whether you have an HE or a top loading washer, 1 to 2 pumps, it's highly concentrated. That's all you need to do a load of laundry. So you pick out your fragrance. We do have fragrance-free laundry detergent. You place a half a cap. Now the instructions tell you to put a cap full, but a half a cap is plenty, you guys. It's Scentsy. It's very strong, it's very potent, and I'm all about getting more for your money, so I used to say a half a cap. So go ahead and pass this around. I want you guys to smell this. This is Jet Set Go in the washer whips. This is one of our newest ones. And you're just going to dump this inside the washer and wash it with your laundry detergent. And it's going to smell wonderful. And then you're going to finish it off with one of our dryer discs. Our dryer discs are absolutely amazing too. So if you wanted to start with that, that's a good start. You place one of these dryer discs inside your dryer. So you've now washed your clothes and with the washer whisk, and now inside the dryer, you're going to infuse it one more time. These little discs will tumble around in your dryer, and they last anywhere from 15 to 30 loads. I have gotten more than that. In fact, it still seems to have fragrance to me, and I will actually put this in my car and reuse it to make my car smell good too. So the dryer discs are another way to infuse a little bit more fragrance. What I love about it, and by the way, here is, I'm going to go ahead and pass this around so you guys can smell it. This is Scentsy Clean. I did wash this last week. This is a little washcloth that I used. I used it last week, so it's still pretty strong. The fragrance really does last a very long time. So go ahead and smell that. And then what I want you to notice on that towel is that it's still dry feeling. What makes our product really amazing to use, a lot of times we'll use on our towels fabric softener, because fabric softener will take that yuck smell outside of our towels. The problem with fabric softener is that it actually covers and coats the fibers, which allows it not to absorb. So your towels now smell great, but you have no absorbing quality on them because they get filled up with that fabric softener. So with our product, we have no fabric softener properties in it, so it allows it to still be absorbable. So not only does it smell great, it absorbs great. Perfect for your sheets, right? Because we want our sheets to kind of absorb our heat and not get bogged down with all that fabric softener. So sheets, towels, favorite product to use for that, so that I still have that absorbing quality inside them and it doesn't get coated down with all of that fabric softener. So that is one of my newest favorite lines that we have, which is our layers line. So if you haven't tried our layers line, you're going to get the opportunity here at this demonstration. So then I also have our buddies. Our buddies are so cute. Again, another perfect thing for your car, kids' room, for your office even. Our buddies are absolutely adorable and they're made with high quality products. So inside there's a little zipper pouch and you place your favorite pouch right inside here. And as you can see, I already have one in here. So you guys can smell him. This is our Nile the crocodile, and our buddies are limited edition. So once they come out, they usually sell out immediately. I've had many customers come back and ask me for other ones. Unfortunately, right now all that's available is the alligator and the rhino. Now it's only while supplies last. So if any of you guys want a buddy, I recommend doing it now before they run out. They do introduce a new buddy. When one goes out, they bring in a new one. So there's always a new buddy coming. So they're limited edition, which is just so great. So go ahead and pass him around. There you go. I also want to talk to you about some of the products in our new catalog. I'm super excited to announce that we now have Major Baseball League licensing. So we actually right now currently have 6 Major Baseball League helmets available. They are cap size. I'm sorry I don't have one here to show you, but you can see the quality is going to be amazing. They are exactly about the size of a baseball cap and they're absolutely amazing. We will have more coming out in the near future. So if you have a favorite team that you're looking for, please let me know at the time of your order so that I can keep track of it for you and let you know when it comes out. Right now we only have these 6 available. So those are our Major Baseball League helmets. So do you guys have any questions so far? Well, let's go ahead and play a game. Playing games to me are fun and I love giving away product. Scentsy has made it very easy for me to give away free product, and so I want to do that for you guys. I love to give away stuff. So first, let me go ahead and hand you guys some catalogs and order forms. And before you open your catalogs, I want you to just go ahead and hang on to that. Here you go. All right. Now that you guys all have your catalogs and order forms, I would like to start off by giving everybody a gift tonight by just go ahead and filling out the top portion of your order form. I want your name, your cell phone number, and your email address, most importantly. When you're done, please raise your hands. I have something special for you. Oh, you're done. Here you go. Here is a free Scentsy Clean washer whiffs. I want you to use those this weekend if you get the chance or next time you do laundry. Oh, here you go. One for you too. So everybody who completes the top of their order form is going to get a free sample of our washer whiffs to be using in their washer. Okay, so I'm super excited about that. Now let's play one more game. And this one's a really fun one as well. And I love giving away free product. And I know Ashley's going to get a lot of free product tonight from her party, from you guys buying from her party. And the best part about Scentsy is sharing and giving. And so every time a hostess has a party, an average party with me is about $500 in sales. So Ashley's going to get approximately $75 in free product to be used anywhere in the catalog. She can spend it however she wants. And she's going to get 3 half-off items. So because you guys came here today and are going to be trying our Scentsy product, she is now going to have over $75 in free product and 3 half-off items. So that's amazing. It's so easy to host a party and so easy to get free product. So if you love Scentsy and you want it in your home, hosting a party is a great way to go. So let's play one more game. Here's the dice. Can each of you guys, I'm going to walk around the room and I want you to roll your dice, okay? When you roll your dice here, I want you to go ahead and write your number of the number that you rolled at the top of your order form, okay? So here you go. Go ahead and roll. Oh, Ashley rolled a 3. So go ahead and put a 3 at the top of your order form, right next to your name, right there. And here you go. Judy, thank you. Judy rolled a 2. So Judy's going to put a 2 at the top of her order form. All right, so everybody has had a chance to roll and you've all put a number at the top of your order form? Very good. Now I have a special surprise for you. Here is what you get with the number that you rolled. Can you see that? So Judy got a 2. So if Judy decides to host a party tonight and book a party with me, she is going to get an additional $10 in free product. Okay? And I know, Ashley, you rolled a 3, so you can pick from one of our layers of lotions. And if you host a party with me, you can get those for free. Very good. Thank you guys so much. That's really the end of demonstration. So if you have any questions, let me know. Meanwhile, I'm set up right over there with a calculator. And let me help you total your party order because I can probably get you more for your money. We do offer a lot of combine and saves. So basically, if you're really interested in our wax, you can buy 5 and get 1 free. So keep that in mind, and I can definitely help you guys out with your orders as you're going around. So please don't hesitate to ask any questions. And thank you guys all so much for being here. Okay, so that's really the end of my demo. I then go sit down at the table, or I start to close up. Really what I do, I don't know if you guys noticed in my demonstration that I turned off all my warmers so they're not cool. I have dumped my wax back inside here, so it's cooling. So I don't have to worry about letting that cool. I can get to packing up right away. So as they're looking through the catalogs and they're looking at the order forms and writing down their favorite scents or looking at what they might want to purchase for a gift or for a friend, I am beginning to pack up my party. So I will begin by putting my buddy back in because those are the things that I passed around, right? So I want to make sure I get everything that I passed around back. And so I'll start packing up. If they have questions and I'm listening to them talk and chat, I will feel free to answer any of their questions as I'm going. Usually I can get most of this packed up before the first guest is ready to go ahead and close her party, or they're mingling and eating some more and smelling some more fragrances. So I'm not going to go ahead and pack up right at the moment because I want to go ahead and close this down for you guys so that you don't have to spend too much time on here. So essentially that's how I give a demo. Now, you asked me about the booking game. The booking game is awesome because now when I go to sit down with that guest, not only do I have all of her information, such as her email address sitting there, even if she decides not to order, she has a number on there. I can then show her, where did I put it? Oh, I can then show her, oh, you have a number 5. Do you see that you can get a deluxe warmer on top of your free credits by booking a party? She'll say, oh, no, I can't have a party. I mean, my house is a mess. It's really tiny. I don't have room. Well, let me tell you a little bit about our basket parties, and this can work for that as well. And that's when I'll show them a pouch party, which I do have on me. I usually bring 3 pouch parties with me to my home parties because if I can't get them to do a home party, I'm going to at least book them for a pouch party. And I'll just tell them, you know, give it a try for 2 weeks. The worst case scenario, you don't sell anything. You do have to have a minimum party with this to get this for free, but I will definitely help coach you to do that. And so usually I can get them to book a basket party, especially if they're in a budget and they're like, I really can't buy anything. I don't have the money. Well, you should host a party so you can get it for free. Plus, you're going to get this item too. So with this new little booking game, I have tend to have multiple bookings from a party. And that's how you keep your business going, right? To get more and more bookings every time you get into the home. Now, Scentsy might sell itself, but the truth is you have to put it in front of them to get it to sell itself, right? Before you plug it in. So how are you going to share Scentsy if you're not getting yourself out there? How is Scentsy going to do the job if it's not being shared? So get out there and share your warmers, you guys. Home parties are a great way to do that. Plus, you've met a whole group of people that know another friend, that know another friend, and know another friend. Now, I do have about 7 more of these right now, laminated. Some of you guys got those at my last team meeting. If you did not get one and you would like one, I have 7 left. So if you private message me and would like one, I will mail one out to you. Now, this is what I do within my budget. I use this with my perpetual party reward. So I get it at half off. And the extra 10 credit, I can explain to you guys, I pretty much just take somebody else's order and put it in as a half off so that I can give her an additional $10 in free credit. So there's really easy ways to invest in your business and not cost you a fortune to do that. Same with Hostess gifts. Use your perpetual party reward to be getting Hostess gifts. And it could be a scent circle. You can also recreate this so that it's a little bit more within your means of budget. These just seem to be the ones that are most enticing for me to get bookings. But again, be creative. Step outside the box and think what's going to work for you. So that is really how I do a home party. As you know, I kind of stumble through it. It's never the same. I used to write it down and get nervous and prepare every time, but I don't anymore. I do get the jitters every once in a while right before, but for the most part, I've gotten it down. I've done so many parties that I feel pretty comfortable with how it goes. I didn't start off that way though. I also, when I sit down with the hostess or the customers that are ordering and I try to get them the most for their money, I tell them, first of all, free shipping. And I didn't mention that in my demo, but at the end I would say the best part is that you guys get free shipping today. And free shipping is pretty imperative. I think it's nice. They'll want to spend a little bit more if they're going to get free shipping. So when I'm sitting down with the hostess and they've ordered just a 6-pack and they've only ordered, you know, a refill because they already have Scentsy at home, I'll talk to them about joining my customer loyalty and tell them how they can help the hostess get an extra free gift by joining my loyalty, and I will join them right there for loyalty. So if you don't know about customer loyalty, you need to know about it because it is a great way to get monthly income without having to do any work. So, and if they want to join my customer loyalty, I get all their information on here. I have them sign this and say that they want me to sign them up for it. And I keep it for my record and I get them started on the customer loyalty. So I think the customer loyalty is a good way to get your customers coming back and they're earning free product. So that's it in a nutshell. I do have a special announcement to make for you guys. I hope this was helpful for you guys, the little demo I did. I hope you could hear me. I do know my speaker is really low, but anyways, and I can always do another video later with just the demo. But, and again, no 2 demos are the same. I do practice. I do try to be a little bit different every time, especially if I've got the same circle of friends that I'm going around with parties. So, special announcement, and I want you guys to post inside this event so that I know that you attended or watched it for some extra points. But I just got word, which I'm super excited about, that the summer incentive is going to be announced here shortly. I believe the summer incentive is going to be announced within the next week. And if you don't know what that is, if you're new or if you've been doing Scentsy for a while, you know that the summer incentives last about 3 to 4 months. So you have 3 to 4 months to qualify for it. And the rumor is that the summer incentive may be a cruise to Cozumel or another ticket to Leadership. And Leadership is in Mexico also. So just a little heads up that there is a summer incentive coming, and that's the rumor I have. And so if you guys can just post below here to let me know that you're watching, that you heard me, I just want you to post summer incentive. Yay! I'm so excited. I love the incentives. You guys know that. I love what Scentsy gives to us. And what's another free trip? I love it. So anyways, more to follow on the summer incentive. So post below here, summer incentive. If you guys would like to get one of these from me, be the first 7 to send me a private message on Facebook and I will get one mailed out to you. And have a happy Saturday. I hope this was helpful. You guys take care. Any questions, post inside this event so I can come back and answer them. Take care.